Yes, then one woman's art is another woman's pornography. I'm thinking of the Express Yourself video. I mean, there are images of you chained, there are images of you crawling under a table, and there are a lot of people who are upset by that.
Okay, I've chained myself, though, okay? No, there wasn't a man that put that chain on me. I did it myself. I was chained to my desires. I crawled under my own table. You know, there wasn't a man standing there making me do it. I do everything by my own volition. I'm in charge, okay? Degradation is when somebody else is making you do something against your wishes.
So
okay?
I understand. Is the expression then of sexuality, so long as it's two consenting adults, any form of sexuality all right on television?
Well, then I would like, okay, first I'd like to say I don't believe in censorship of any kind, but then I would like to say that I believe in labeling, and I would believe in some kind of, you know, warning label or some kind of label that would say to adults, you know, after a certain hour we're allowed to, you know, play these kind of adult-themed videos, you know. But then, okay, so I've dealt with sexuality, but I also think that we should also have categories for other issues that I think are not necessarily good for 10-year-olds to watch, okay? I mean, I think MTV should have their, you know, their violence hour, and I think they should have their degradation to women hour, and then we could have an hour where we deal with adult sexual themed. But, you know, if we're going to have censorship, let's not be hypocrites about this. Let's not have double standards, you know? I mean, why is it okay for 10-year-olds to see, you know, someone's body being ripped to shreds or Sam Kinison spitting on Jessica Hahn? Why are we going to deal with these issues? Why is that okay? Why do parents not have a problem with that? But why do they have a problem with two adults, you know, two consenting adults displaying affection for each other, regardless of their sex?
E aí, seus felas! Express Yourself, que inclusive Madonna adora essa música. Ela mesma já falou que ela considera essa uma das melhores composições que ela já fez. E na época foi o clipe mais caro a ser produzido. Cerca de 5 milhões de dólares foram investidos para fazer o clipe de Express Yourself. Inclusive, a sua estreia, que também foi mundial, era exclusiva da MTV. E mais, o clipe foi exclusivo da MTV por 3 semanas.
There was a movement where she's at the top of these steps. Well, Vince, she's yelling at me from up there. Vincent, what do I do with my other hand? And I said, well, honey, grab your crotch, you know, because you've got bigger balls than mostly everybody in this room, so go ahead and grab them.
This last one, Express Yourself, I've had the most amount of input. I oversaw everything, the building of the set, everyone's costumes. I had meetings with makeup and hair and the cinematographer and, you know, everybody. Casting, finding the right cat, just every aspect. Yeah, kind of like making a little movie. We basically sat down and just threw out every idea we could possibly conceive of. And of all the things we wanted, all the imagery we wanted, and I had a few set ideas. For instance, the cat, and the idea of Metropolis. I was, you know, definitely wanted to have that influence, that look on all the men, the workers, sort of diligently, methodically working away. David's idea for the cat to like lick the milk and then pour it over. It's great, and believe me, I mean, I have to. I fought him on that. I didn't want to do it. I thought, oh, it's just so over the top and silly and kind of cliche, like art student or film student kind of trick, you know. But I'm glad that I gave in to him. The ultimate thing behind the song is that if you don't express yourself, if you don't say what you want, then you're not going to get it. And in effect, you are chained down by your inability to say what you feel or go after what you want.
O modelo Cameron, que participa do clipe, que é seduzido pela Madonna no decorrer dele, está lá no clipe por sorte, porque essa não era a primeira opção da Madonna. Madonna, que já tinha conseguido papel para um outro filme, que nesse caso é Dick Tracy, e ela já estava enrabixada lá com o Erin Beatty, chamou o Erin Beatty para fazer participação nesse clipe e ser o cara que ela seduz. Harry educadamente virou para a Madonna e falou:
no.
Aí nós vamos de novo para um remix. Curiosamente, o vídeo remixado é mais famoso do que da versão original. E eu super entendo, não combina. Eu vejo o clipe na versão original, é muito estranho. o remix feito pelo Chef Pitbull é 1000 vezes melhor.
I chose the whole Metropolis setting because it's really my tribute to that movie. I mean, I love Fritz Lang's movie. And the whole idea of men being sort of chained to that work ethic. But that, I considered that to be the very masculine, male-dominant world, and my world was feminine. The theme of Express Yourself is... I can't say it. It's a very crass... Well, it's very crass, but basically is that pussy rules the world. Okay, I said it. Cat was a metaphor, you know what I mean? But it represented femininity, and I think that there's that side in all men, as well as there's the masculine side in me. That's why eventually I went into that world, and I wore a suit, and I had a monocle, and I behaved as a man. Everything I do is ironic and controversial because I like to change everything around and say, well, what if it was this way, and what if it was that way? No matter how in control you think you are about sexuality or a relationship or a power struggle that exists in a relationship, there's always a certain amount of compromise that takes place and a certain amount of sort of being beholden to someone if you are in love with them. And it doesn't matter how in control you think you are. But it's something that you choose to do. And no one put the chain around my neck except me. I was chained to my desire.
Madonna, que tinha se apresentado também no VMA daquele ano, fez uma performance para Express Yourself. E como já havia falado em outro vídeo aqui no canal, a MTV sempre exibiu todas as apresentações que a Madonna fez no VMA como se fossem videoclipes. E essa apresentação é maravilhosa. E Madonna também criou uma tendência, que é ter as suas backing vocals na apresentação. Então sempre que Madonna se apresentar, tava lá Nicki e Donna do ladinho dela. Muito obrigado, pessoas. Até a próxima, seus fellas.